Hi everyone, it's Sherry Carroll here to show you a quick glimpse of what's in a regular digital CD kit. And right here I have all occasion cards. I've opened up the dialog box, which is showing what's on the CD. And in here I have image stamps, layering shapes, message stamps, solid colored cards, and video and learning. In the image stamps, I'll go ahead and open this up to show you some of the categories. There's birthdays, borders and frames, critters, cupcakes, flowers and trees, girls only, hearts, miscellaneous, oh baby, and planes, trains, and automobiles. Below each of those file folders, what I have done is put together these contact sheets for you, and I'll go ahead and open one up, such as the flowers. I just double click that. And this is a contact sheet which you can print off. It's 8.5 by 11, and it's a quick glimpse of what's in that kit. So you can print these off and put them in a notebook and keep them as a reference so you know what is exactly in what kit. And they're also labeled underneath each image so you can tell for sure. And back to our all occasion card CD, I'll have a peek at the layering shapes to show you what's in there. So what I've put together here are shapes that you can just recolor. They can go into a background. So let's look at this cloud. It looks white, like nothing's on there, but there is actually a cloud here. And I'll go ahead and double click that and show you what that looks like up close. So what we have here, I'm just going to hit my move tool, is you can tell it's a transparent background because of the checkerboard, and then it's a white cloud. How you would work with this, I'm just going to open up a card. I'll go ahead and go back to my cards. And I have over 50 color cardstocks here for you that you can choose from. So I'll just go ahead and open up a powder card. The cards are also half colored and half white. And this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that fits the Hero Arts note cards. So let me just go ahead and click on my cloud, and I'll just show you how you can drag this onto your card. And there's your cloud. I've sized all of these images so that they'll go onto a regular note card. And what I can do with this is I can also go to the right here and hit opacity. And I can use my slider and I can change the opacity of the cloud. So I'm going to have one kind of dark, and I'm going to go ahead and put another one on top. Now, I don't want them exactly the same, so I'm just going to go to the corner. I'm going to push down my Shift key. Now I'm going to left click on my mouse, and I'll just drag this smaller. And I'll let everything off, and I will say OK. So now I have two size clouds which overstack each other. And I think that's perfect for a background. Now I can go back to my other cloud, which it might be a little too dark, so I might increase that opacity a little bit. So again, I'll go to my slider and I can increase that opacity, just like that. So also I want to show you, and not that this would necessarily be something that you'd want to do on a cloud, but if I completely wanted to change the color of this, I can go to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. Then I can go to Colorize, and I can change this to whatever color cloud that I want. And I can just slide this across and change the colors of any of these solid type images. You can also change the saturation, which makes it really bright. I'll go ahead and slide this across again. So you can make this any color that you want. So that's kind of fun with these shapes. So I'm going to hit cancel because I want my cloud white. So that's a way to colorize a solid image, such as a cloud. Okay, so now I want to show you another fun thing you can do with the note cards. I'm going to go ahead and start creating a card now that I have my powder blue card in my cloud. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my note cards again. And I'm going to open up the grass card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this card to overlay and create a bottom portion of another card. So I can just pull that up. Let me get rid of this. I'm on my move tool, so I can move this around wherever I want. So I can just go ahead and place this on top. Now I have a two-tone card. And as you can see, as I'm building these layers, my base layer is my card. First layer is the first cloud. Second layer is the second cloud, and then my green background. So now I can go ahead and open up an image. And I'm just going to do a little dog, I think. So I'm going to go to my image stamps, and I want critters, and this cute little dog here. So now I can just, with my move tool, just move my dog onto my screen here. Oops, and let me move him up. And then I can resize him. Again, I'm going to hold down the Shift key, my single mouse, the left mouse button, and resize him to how I want. And then I will tell it OK. So now you're wondering, okay, it's a see-through dog because I can see the sky behind it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this a hair, but just by moving this here I can see better what I'm doing. So now I'm going to go to my paint bucket tool, and I'm going to go ahead and pick out a brown for my dog. Let's see, I'll do this brown. So as long as I'm on the layer of my dog and I have the color that I want, it's in my swatch, I'm on my paint bucket tool, which is right here, I can go ahead and click on my dog and color it brown. And it's as simple as that. This is because it's a great outlined image. Some of the images in this kit are not completely outlined. So when you go to colorize something like this, make sure that it's a complete outline that you want. Otherwise, if there's a little place where the color can get out, it will end up, everything will be the same color. If something like this happens, it's really easy. You just go to Edit and step backwards, and it puts it right back to where you want it. Okay, so I'm going to scroll this back a little bit so we can get a full view. So here's how my card's starting to look. Also, if you wanted to have these printed and then color in later, say with your Copic markers, let me just kind of go back. I'm going to step backwards, and it's going to take my brown out. This would be a great idea, like to get some cards ready for kids and then let them color in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose white as my color, my fill-in color, and just go ahead and fill in white. Oops, let me get here so where I can see what I'm doing. So you can fill this dog in white and then color him with pencils, or let the kids color him in. And they'll have a great time making their own cards. So here is that and how that would look. Now when you go to print, what I like to do is I like to automate this to a PDF. And what happens is it gives you the true size that you need for print. And then I save those to a little jump drive, and I take them in and get them printed onto cardstock. I choose not to use my printer at home because I don't like to use all the ink. And if I go to have them printed, I believe it's usually 58 cents. You could fit 2 of them onto an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And also, since it's using toner ink, I know that my Copic markers are going to work just fine. So just print those to a PDF or automate it to a PDF and go have them printed. Or if you choose, you can print them at home. Another fun way to use the images is to make a sheet for yourself to have printed out. And how you can do that is just go to File, go to New, and if you go to US paper, that gives you the 8.5 by 11. So go ahead and open that up, and that's just a regular size sheet, that regular notebook size paper or printer size paper. And so then you want to go ahead and open up the images that you want. So you want to do a couple of these dogs. Again, you're just going to drag that on, and you can use your ruler there to kind of judge what size you want. And say you want a second one, you can either drag again, or I like to just duplicate the layer. Oops, not delete, but duplicate. And that gives me exactly the same dog. So I could do a couple dogs. Let's go ahead and find another image. Let's go to a flower of some sort. I've got lots of flowers in here and trees. Let's find something that I would want to color in for sure. This daisy is adorable. So this is perfect to color in. So as you can see, it's kind of large. If it's too big, again, Shift key, left mouse, drag it to the size that you want, release all your buttons, and click OK. So this is a good time when you want to duplicate the layer, because say if you want different size flowers, I can go ahead and drag this again and I'll have a larger flower. So I can have a bunch of different flowers by just repeating the process. So I can duplicate this one, and it's on top. I can also resize this one to even smaller. Oops. And then that's okay. So you could fill up a whole sheet and go have them printed, and then you can color those in with your Copic markers or your pencils, and then cut those out and attach them to an actual handmade card for your hybrid cards. Okay, there's one last thing I want to show you before I let you go, and that's how to rotate your card so that you have a horizontal presentation. So I have my card here, and I'm just going to go to Image, Rotate Canvas, and I'll go to 90 degrees clockwise, and that just gives me the nice horizontal presentation. So then I'm just going to open up another little set of flowers here, and I'll just create a background with these. And they're black right now, but what I can do is go ahead and go to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, and I can make these completely white, so then I have a really cute spring looking background. So I'm going to hit OK, and from there I can duplicate my layer, and I can continue putting just a spray of flowers on here, which is very cute, and I can duplicate this again, and then that gives me another little spray. And so those can go off the screen and that won't show in the print area, but I can just have a cute little background of flowers. Say if I want to fill in a little bit more, I can go ahead and do that. Just keep copying that as you go and fill in, and you can always go back and move everything around if you want those up in the top. So it's just kind of cute and random. And I'll just go ahead and minus that out for right now. I also have a small thank you I'll go ahead and put on here. And the thank you that I've made the messages wide enough so they can go either way on a vertical or a horizontal card. So you can have your thank you, or thanks, excuse me, and you can adjust the color on that one as well by Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. Here we'll go to Colorize. We can lighten this up, and then we can change to whatever color that we want to make it nice and spring looking. We can do that. So that's a great way to do a quick background, to make your card horizontal rather than vertical, and to change the color of your greeting. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and please remember to visit us at heroarts.com. That's www.heroarts.com. And we also have many of our digital kits on 2 peas in a bucket with some tutorials as well. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please contact us at info@heroarts.com.